Hello viewers, welcome to World Eagle Networks, where we bring you timely news at your doorstep. If you haven't subscribed, please do well to subscribe, and please press the bell notification for further updates. Today we'll be bringing you the result of the meeting between the ASUU and the federal government as it concerns the end to the strike that has lasted longer than necessary. Recall that in this present administration of His Excellency Muhammad Buhari, there's been a lot of conflict between the ASUU and the government. The association which brings about the university and of course the higher institution lecturers under one umbrella called the ASUU, and the association of which brings the academics staff of the university. The federal government has described the conditions given by ASUU to call off strike as so unreasonable. Today we'll be talking about some of these conditions, and we're talking about why the federal government is calling it unreasonable, and what do you think that the ASUU, the governing body of ASUU, should do in order to come to a reasonable compromise with the federal government. Let us talk about how the federal government has so far been of use to the ASUU and the things they want to do through the ETF intervention, and what have they done already and what is expected from them to do. Recall that ASUU, of course, earlier this year gave a sounding warning to the federal government to meet up with a certain standard of single-spine salary system which the federal government imposed on ASUU. And the federal government has described that as unreasonable. The condition given by ASUU for reopening: the lecturers' body has said it will end its strike when the homegrown payment system UTAS passed the federal government's integrity tests. I'll repeat it. The lecturing body, which is the ASUU, has said it will end its strike when its homegrown payment system, which is called UTAS, had passed the federal government integrity tests. In a swift response, the federal government says ASUU cannot dictate how it should be paid to its employers. Let me know what you think. Do you think the ASUU has all the right and what it takes to tell the government how they want to get their salaries paid? Since they're working, I think a laborer deserves pay. Even the Quran says that. Even the Prophet Muhammad said that in his word, that when someone comes to work for you, that do not suffer the person to get what is due to the person. And even in the Bible says a laborer deserves his pay, and he who does not work should not eat. And anyone who has work, I think what the person deserves is the pay. And that is what ASUU is telling the government. We want our pay. We are not asking you to pay us more than you should pay us. We are asking you to pay us through which means we feel comfortable getting our salaries through. And they are saying that the UTAS should pass the government integrity test. And I think that's right for them to make their stance clear. And I think the lecturers' body will end strike if only the government is ready to come to a compromise with them, because I think the ASUU equally has come to a compromise with the government. Let me know what you think at the comment section, and we will be moving on to the other news. Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue with the NSAS protest, there's been some development lately about some hoodlums trying to attack the NYSC camp, the National Youth Service camp, the orientation camp, where the National Youth Service Corps members are being trained about what they are going to be doing after their graduation from the university. They go through the camping system, of which they will be mobilized and redeployed to different departments in government offices, where they will be serving compulsorily for 1 year. And after that, they will be issued certificates. And in that regard, there's a lot of provisions made in those camps, which includes their mattresses, the water they use, of course, the iron bed, and maybe some foodstuffs. Unfortunately, the hoodlums who actually hijacked the protest stormed the NYSC camp, and they went in looting all that is meant to make Nigeria better. I have a question to ask. If we are protesting for a better Nigeria, why would we destroy the Nigeria we have? If we are praying to go to heaven one day, I think we should first start by preserving the earth. Maybe because maybe we are already in our heaven, and this earth may be our heaven, and we don't know, and we are making mess of it. According to the news this morning, court assistant Elias Ibrahim has been dismissed by NYSC, by NSCDC, after he was found looting palliatives. And Abdullahi Bello, the DPO in charge of Kuba area in Abuja, said hoodlums invaded the NYSC orientation camp, threatened to stab him. The DPO said that the hoodlums came with their knives and with their guns and with all they came with just to gain access, forcefully gain access into the NYSC orientation camp. The DPO said that he had retreated with his men when the hoodlums started pulling out their knives and throwing stones at them. And he retreated, and those hoodlums had their ways into the orientation camp and made away with a lot of provisions made by the government for the NYSC corps members who will be getting into the camp in a few weeks from today. Meanwhile, the Civil Defense Corps made it so clear to us that on the grounds of their integrity, they don't condone any act of indiscipline. This was shown from their publication made in their website, saying that the corps assistant Elias Ibrahim has been dismissed by the NSCDC after he was caught joining the hoodlums to loot a COVID-19 warehouse in Abuja. How could a civil defense corps member be found guilty of such a thing? How could he associate with hoodlums to loot what he's supposed to preserve? Let us talk about the duties of course, the constitutional duties of the civil defense corps members. And one of them is to protect the citizens, their properties, and all the government agencies, including government institutions. And the warehouse is equally one of them. So if anyone should be found guilty of joining the hoodlums or being found looting the warehouse, I don't think that a civil defense corps member should be one of them. You know, then let me know what you think at the comment section. If you think that this judgment by the commander of the Civil Defense Corps was so unfair, please let me know what you think. Drop your comment at the comment section. Do you think that he should be taken to court to prove himself guilty or not? Do you think that he took those palliatives to keep them in a safer place, maybe in his kitchen, so that after the whole protest he will still bring it back? Let me know what you think. Many people have reacted saying that it's rather harsh, because I think the Civil Defense Corps member deserves some of the palliatives and it was not given to him. And now he's found where the government were, the state governments were holding those palliatives. The Civil Defense Corps member decided to get his own share from it. However, I think there's other better ways to go about it. But let me know what you think at the comment section. Maybe you think he did what is bad, and then maybe myself, I think he should be taken to court to prove himself. Maybe he decided to convert the warehouse or to save some of those things and keep them in his kitchen, and later after the COVID-19 or the protests, I mean, he will bring them back to the government. Let me know what you think at the comment section, please. Moving on to the Super Eagles of Nigeria, we had the plans going on amongst them to start a fresh protest. The Football Club of Nigeria, the National Football Club, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, are making a very serious plan to start their protest, saying what is due to them was not given to them. Recall a certain comedian who made a very funny comedy about the way money meant for the citizens and development disappeared from government, starting from when Snake came to swallow some money in the government house, to the time where Monkey came and took some money and ran away to Animal Kingdom to go and spend it, to the time that the rat came to the president's office to chase the president away from his office. And now the eagle, if you look at the coat of arms, you see the eagle in the Nigerian coat of arms. And if you look at the logo of the Federal Football Club, Super Eagles, you will see the eagle there. And those Super Eagle players are crying out that for so long, that eagle there has been eating their money. And they don't like it. not to sound like him, but not to quote him, but to sound alike. They said, we are going to protest against those that hijacked our football system. Everything happening in the Nigerian system must also affect the football house. People with integrity must run the football house, because money that has been siphoned, embezzled, and mismanaged can't be quantified. Wow. 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 Furious Taribo West said this. This of course, this can be confirmed from legit.com. You can confirm from their website. You can see what Taribo West said about the money which has been siphoned, embezzled, and mismanaged that cannot be quantified. So please, the ego has been eating this money. Please, my fellow Nigerians, I think it's high time we address the ego, not to eat the money like the way the snake swallowed some money at the WAEC office, and the way the monkey came to take 70 billion naira. So we should actually stand in to talk about that. Moving on to the protest and the adverse effect of the protest. The angry mob burns the statue of late Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe at the state and at Anambra State, saying he's the cause of their problem. How is Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe the cause of your problem? And burning the statue, what do you think that you stand to gain? Hello? Let us talk about that. Let me know what you think at the comment section. Why the mob, the angry mob, should burn the statue of a late man and the late hero of Nigeria. The last but not the least, there has been a speculation from the Rome, from the papacy, from the Republic of Italy about Pope Francis, his refusal to comply with COVID-19 instructions, saying that he has refused to wear masks, just like His Excellency, the former, of course, the current President of the United States of America, who has refused to wear mask. And of course, we heard what happened to him last time, how he was admitted at the hospital, how he